A local nonprofit that serves the needs of people experiencing hardship in the western suburbs now has a new leader to help guide it through the COVID-19 pandemic and beyond.
Knowing the community and how the community has supported this mission for the last 40 plus years, I knew it was a great place that had a great history, and I knew that it was an opportunity for me to come and join and try to figure out what does the next 40 look like. And so based on the mission, based on the people who are part of this mission and the communities which we serve, that's why I'm here.
Kevin Ward was recently named the new executive director of Interfaith Outreach in Plymouth. Ward has more than 2 decades of experience working in business, ministry, nonprofit leadership, and coaching. In this new role, Ward says he wants to not only work to meet the needs of the communities served by Interfaith Outreach, but he also wants to ensure that they have programs and support systems in place to help local families thrive, especially in this COVID environment.
We all know COVID is on our plate, and so we have families that are struggling, and we want to make sure that we can support them. We want to make sure that we can get them the resources that they need when they need them.
Kevin Ward takes over for Greg Hilding, who had been named as Interfaith Outreach's executive director in April. Bus riders may have noticed a few changes at the Brooklyn Center Metro Transit Center as the project passed one milestone Tuesday.
Most bus routes will be returning to their normal gates at our BCTC, one of our busiest transit centers for Metro Transit. And that is in advance of the new refreshed transit center opening early this next year.
During construction, riders had to board at the street instead of from the transit center. During the first phase of construction, there have been improvements to accessibility and allowing more space for bus operators and police. There have been new canopies added at each end of the plaza, new benches, ticket machines, more bike racks, and some outdoor heating elements. However, the inside of the station isn't open just yet.
Inside the transit center, which still is some work being done, they've refreshed the interior, they've renovated the bathrooms, there's some seating that's been added, really a lot to really refresh this location.
Construction started last year and is expected to be wrapped up in early 2021. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, ridership is down 66%. And Metro Transit still urges essential trips only, with no more than 10 to 15 people on any size bus. A restaurant just outside Plymouth that is a popular spot for breakfast and lunch has had to make big changes due to COVID-19 restrictions. I had a chance to visit the restaurant, which is relying on loyal customers to get by.
Warm, friendly, old-time cafe diner.
It's said that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And to fulfill that crucial need,
my husband and I usually come here for breakfast. It's our go-to spot.
Look no further than the big yellow shack next to the McDonald's on Highway 55. You know, the one with all the chickens.
My family, my daughter, everybody calls it the Chicken Shack or the Chicken House.
My granddaughter calls it the Chicken House. That's how we know it.
The Chicken House is officially known as Peg's Countryside Cafe, a longtime staple just outside of Plymouth that brings in people for the food and the family-friendly atmosphere.
It has great home-cooked meals, not a chain, which I like, a really friendly staff, and nice to support a local business.
It's always great food, and it's always great service. It has been that way since the day we started coming in here.
Families and even a few local celebrities have stopped into Peg's over the decades. In fact, the entire restaurant is covered in photos of people who have dined here. It's a decorative feature that began in 1984 following a visit from the actor-comedian Mickey Rooney.
He had signed a napkin for Peg, so she took the napkin, she put it on the wall with a newspaper clipping and the date and time that he came in. Well, she had owned the cafe, I want to say, for close to a decade at this point. So all of her regulars were, well, I come in every day. How come I don't get a picture on the wall? Like, that's not fair. I'm here all the time. So all the pictures are just customers that have been coming in over the years.
Peg is the former owner, Peg Rasmussen, who sold the diner to one of her staff members, Renee Kaye, 2 years ago.
Oh, I'm enjoying everything, I'm enjoying the food, I'm enjoying the customers. I have very nice customers.
For the time being, those customers can't dine inside due to a statewide mandate aimed at slowing the spread of COVID-19. But they've found other ways to support.
The phone has just been ringing.
In normal times, customers would eat the food right after it's taken off the grill. But like everything during the pandemic, people have to adjust to the new reality of takeout.
Everything is, hot and, made to order, and I think they've been doing a great job adapting to this, trying time that we're all experiencing.
There was talk last month of having to close Mondays and Tuesdays because business was slow. But then word leaked out and loyal customers came out in full force to support.
That's what we hear from everybody that's been coming in. It's just, we don't want to see you guys even have to close 2 days a week.
So next time you're craving breakfast food or a no-frills lunch, check out the big yellow shack next to McDonald's for a meal that keeps customers coming back year after year.
Everything's homemade from scratch. It's good.
As a way to spread holiday cheer, Plymouth is inviting residents to share their address if they have holiday lights on display. They are calling it Deck the Yard. And if you share the address of your light display at your house or business, it will be included in a list that will be available for residents in a map and photo gallery on December 28th. We leave you with one more holiday lights display, this one in crystal. Enjoy.
COVID-19 has forced a lot of changes to high school sports in the northwest suburbs and, of course, to life in general. As Jay Wilcox reports, a past championship team from the area will be waiting to gather to celebrate a magical season.
20 years ago, the 2000-2001 Osseo boys basketball team accomplished a first for the program, a state championship. The plan was for a January celebration reunion for that team, but COVID-19 has changed that.
Our goal was to bring all those individuals back, Coach Adam Holm back, and have some sort of a celebration. Obviously, that's put on pause, but we're still trying to put out some sort of a virtual video commemorative video of what that season was like.
Longtime Orioles head coach Tim Tyson was an assistant to Adam Holm for that title team. Their only loss in a 30-win season was to national power Oak Hill Academy in a showcase at the Target Center. And the Orioles' playoff run came against some memorable names. They edged Hopkins and future Gopher and NBA player Chris Humphreys by a point in a section final thriller. After beating Elk River in the Class 4A quarterfinals, then played at high school sites, the Orioles fell behind a very hot-shooting Cretin-Durham Hall team led by future twin Joe Mauer before rallying for the win. And they smoked future Gopher star Rick Rickard and Duluth East in the championship game. The Orioles will still be putting together a video and doing some online things this season to celebrate that title. The hope is to bring that team to the Osseo Gym in person by next December to celebrate. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The college football season got off to a late start in many areas in the country due to the pandemic. Jay spoke with an offensive tackle who grew up in Plymouth and is excelling during a very strong season for the University of Buffalo.
Kayodi Awosika, the University of Buffalo offensive lineman, former Maple Grove Crimson standout, and it has to be an exciting time for your program, being ranked for the first time. And in your senior season, what's it been like for you right now? How special is it?
Very special. It's been amazing, and to do something for the first time in program history, especially the last year, getting the first bowl game win in program history, and now to be the first team ranked, it means a lot to me, and just how much we've poured into the program and been able to succeed.
And obviously it's been a very different kind of season for everybody across the whole country. How different has COVID made this season for you, both as a football player and also as a student?
Getting everybody to buy into the same mindset that one person could really take away 2 weeks or potentially take away 2 games of your season has been a thing that we've emphasized in the summer as we got approved to come back and play. And it's just been a blessing that we've been able to have a season in general, just because we had that taken away from us for a period of time. And then as a student as well, getting used to everything being online, really communicating with professors and et cetera to get things done has been different. But like I said, any adversity that comes along, we prepare for just to exceed above it, and we've handled it, me and other players as well.
What are the goals for the team the rest of the way now? I mean, this has been kind of a historic type season for your program. What are you looking forward to as we continue and hopefully get to finish the season like you want to?
100% a MAC championship. You know, I was a part of the team that got there and lost by 1 point in 2018. So getting back there is exactly what we've been focused on this whole season, this whole summer, whole off-season training. And now we're doing well and getting some national attention, but the goal remains the same, is to go back and win the MAC championship.
You can see Jay's complete interview with Kayodi Awosika on our website, ccxmedia.org. His Buffalo team is scheduled to wrap up the regular season Saturday against Akron. That's it for sports. I'm John Jacobson. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.